Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a podcast or whatever the hell this is gonna be called. I don't know if it's just gonna be called Talking Horror with Chelsea. Say hi, Chelsea.
Hello, guys. How are we doing today?
Let's hope everyone's doing good. um, so today we're gonna be talking about horror movies, how we got exposed to horror movie or horror media, and everything like that. So I'll let you open up the floor. How'd you get how'd you get exposed to the horror world?
Well, when I was little, I was probably exposed to too much horror movies. So let's say around like 5 or 6 years old, I probably was watching Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and as I got older, I gravitated towards more like The Exorcist or any of those. But I pretty much grew up with horror. Like my mom loves horror, my grandmom loves horror, like we were all about it. But that's how I got exposed to it. I got exposed to it at a young age, and I had a childhood best friend, and we would watch all those types of things together. So when we were young, so that's how I got exposed.
Nice. And yeah, for me it was I watched Halloween at a very young age. Always Halloween. Always goes back to Halloween for me. Always goes back there. Um, so I guess what are your takes on new horror films? Because I know a lot of people they haven't really been like, oh, I love new horror, or I hate new horror. Like, what are your thoughts on new horror films?
For new horror films, I feel like, not to be negative, but they're regurgitating like a lot of same themes that when the first classics came out, like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and then especially the ghost movies we were talking about, how it's just like the same theme. It's like somebody's crawling on a wall, somebody's throwing up pea soup, somebody's getting possessed, you know. And I mean like that's all the movie context of, but I mean, I like the Conjuring series. I thought that was cool, but yeah, I feel like people are just regurgitating stuff. There has been a couple of original movies that I kind of really liked. I thought was cool that came out in the last couple of years, but that's how I feel about it. There's every once in a while there's going to be a horror movie that catches my eye, but a lot of the times I feel like it's the same themes and there's not a new aspect to it.
Yeah. Have you seen any of the Terrifier films?
Yes, I have, and I own all of them.
Yeah, I do like the Terrifier films. I was really shocked because honestly, when I first heard of the first one, it had it was getting popularity on Tubi or Netflix or whatever hell platform it was on, and I remember people were telling me to watch it, and they said if you don't like gross movies, you won't like it, and I'm like, well, how gross are we talking? And then I, visually speaking, it was really really cool looking because it was very low budget, and I really liked the way it looked and how they were able to actually do everything with Terrifier 1. And then they found out they were going to do a second one, and I kept on thinking, why? I didn't think it was like deserving of a sequel. So the second one came out in 2022. I didn't see it till 2023. Um, and I watched it. I was like, okay, this is pretty good. Now I know they're going to do a third one. And they did. And I thought that was pretty cool. And I really did enjoy the third one. And as for the way they look, I think they look really, really good for what their budget is because I know that they put a lot into their effects. Not, I don't know. I just thought it was pretty interesting. I think they could be a little bit shorter. I think a little bit 2 hour plus is little much, but
Yeah.
I mean they're still entertaining as hell. I think Art the Clown has been like one of the best horror villains in the last few years.
Oh, I would agree. I would agree. And I feel like every Terrifier movie, there's something you like don't expect. Like how he like when he I think he blew what didn't he blow up the mall, or he blew up something in the third one and like killed the kids, and I was like, damn.
Yeah,
I was like, that's dark.
yeah, blew up the Santa display like right, and it takes place right before Christmas too. Yeah, I really enjoyed Terrifier 3. I think it was really good. I think when it comes to newer horror films, I like whatever A24 is putting out, or not so much Blumhouse anymore, because they're kind of making me a little bit angry. I don't think they've been doing all that great.
Yeah, I agree. I've actually been watching some of the old Bloom houses, like I don't know if you ever seen Hush,
I watched
but
Hush.
that yeah, Hush. That was a good one. That was about a deaf woman that lives in the middle of the woods that's like a writer. And it doesn't really go into the killer's history too much, but there's basically somebody that's trying to kill her in the middle of the woods and she's deaf.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it was like a really good thriller. I watched it with my husband the other day and he was like, "Oh my God, this is like a hidden gem." And I was like, "I know, I like it."
yeah,
And I think with that, on another note, when we go to film DID too, I got a lot of inspiration, I think, from that movie.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking very forward to filming the sequel to that. We were supposed to film it this year. Then I had some crap come up, and I couldn't come out to make it. But I think next year we should make that. Obviously, I'm making Woods, which is a massive project. But I mean, I'm gonna dedicate at least some point in time next year to do the sequel to this, because it was a long time coming. I wanted to there was multiple iterations of a sequel before this next one, and I'm like, I want to do it, and then I didn't want to do it, and now I'm like, I want to do it now for sure. So good thing we're gonna finally do it.
There you go. And you got actors lining up too. I think that's pretty cool.
That's what. So here's the funny thing about Woods, and I talked to the last podcast that came out before this, when this comes out. I talked to my one of my actors that's going to be in it, Julie. I was telling her how this is actually the biggest project in terms of how many characters I have in one single script. So I'm like, and I'm writing it because it's multi-part, and I actually put a character that doesn't exist in one of the parts and I put them in the script, and I'm like, oh crap, they weren't supposed to exist here yet.
Hey, I mean, that's problems with writing. We got to put it all in order.
Yeah, it's looking really cool. I'm hoping it all comes to fruition. It just all depends on how it goes. We haven't shot a single frame yet, but yes, I have casted almost everybody. There's a few characters that haven't been announced yet because they're gonna not necessarily be not necessarily be surprise characters. They just haven't been announced yet. I guess
Yeah.
well, let's see. I'm just thinking about other things, other horror films. I don't know if you want what I don't know, like
Heretic was good. I think
yes,
that came out last year about those two girls that were from the Latter-day Saints and they go to this guy's house and this guy's kind of he's a psychopath and nuts and captures them and then, tries to challenge their beliefs through these set of trials that he makes them go through, and I thought it was a really good interesting movie, something different.
yeah,
um and it was dark too. It had some dark elements about religion and how a lot of people think or believe, whatever you believe in, that it comes from the aspect of control.
yeah. What I liked about that film was I had never seen Hugh Grant do a horror film, so I was like, as soon as I saw the trailer for Heretic, I think I was watching Longlegs, and
Oh yeah.
they showed the trailer for that during the screening of that, and I was like, and I'm looking at the trailer, and I'm like, is that Hugh Grant? Like that's what I kept on asking myself, like, is that Hugh Grant? And when it was revealed to be Hugh Grant, I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen him do a horror film, and he was really good. I actually really liked him in that, and but that goes the same for a lot of actors that you don't think would do good in horror. Like I was shocked Vince Vaughn did a great job in Freaky. I was really shocked considering the fact that he sucked when he did Psycho.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Right on that.
Yeah. I like that actress that's in Heretic, that Sophie Thatcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in that movie earlier this year called Companion.
Oh, I'm actually starting to watch that. How was that movie?
Oh, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I when I saw when I first heard of the title, because the very first chapter, the very first trailer that came out, I think it was fall of 2024, I believe, because the movie came out, I believe, at the end of January or beginning of February of this year. And I remember watching that, and I'm like, the trailer, because it looked like a romance movie, and then come to find out it's not so much like a romance. It's different. It's really cool. And if you don't know what the plot is, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. But I actually really enjoyed that.
That's cool.
It's got good actors, and the only two I knew were the lead and the two leads, because that was Jack Quaid, who was on the new one of the new Scream movies, which I actually really liked.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. And I've also been impressed with Jenna Ortega recently. Like, I love Wednesday. Thought Wednesday was really good.
I still have not watched that.
Oh my God, you gotta watch it. She plays such a good Wednesday.
Everybody tells me, and I was reading the cast for before season two came out, and I was reading the cast list for season one, and I was really shocked to see. So I didn't look at the characters that they played. I had just looked at the cast, like who was in it, and I was talking to a friend of mine who had watched the show, and I was like, yeah, I'm really shocked that Christina Ricci's in it, who played Wednesday in the '90s. I thought and then my friend's like, "Oh yeah, she's in season one, but she won't be in season two." And I was like, "Well, thanks for telling
Nah,
me that."
she's a bit in season two. She's
Oh,
in
okay.
season two.
Well, like I said,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I like Jen Ortega. I think she's really good. I didn't expect her to. I didn't expect her to be like I watched the very first time I ever watched. She was in that. I don't know if you watched any of the Babysitter films on Netflix.
Like the comedy. Oh, no. You're talking about the horror babysitter.
Yeah, it's a horror comedy. It came out in two. Well, she was in the sequel of that, and I didn't know who she really was. I'm like, oh, she's good in this, and then I found out she was cast in that new Scream movie that came out in 2022, and I watched that. She was also in X, which I liked X. Love Scream 6. I know she's not in Scream 7, but that's okay because I think I'm still going to watch it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't bring back the two. I don't know if you watched the new Scream movies, but they didn't bring back Jenna Ortega or Melissa Barrera for Scream 7.
Oh yeah.
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 Oh well. I'm still excited for Scream 7. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, I know a lot of people are worried about how it's going to turn out, and I don't know. I think it'll be okay.
Um yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be real interesting if Matthew Lillard is, he's coming back for the role.
Yeah, he's in it in some capacity, but I who knows what's gonna happen. Um, I'm interested because this one they're bringing a lot of people back who were like in the show. Like they announced not show but movie. They're bringing back Scott Foley, who played the killer in Scream 3. Um, they're bringing him back. They announced a bunch of other people that were in it that were killed by Ghostface throughout the series. And I don't know how true this is, but there's so many rumors online, and I kind of believe it that their Ghostface is going to be using the voices of the past characters with AI technology.
Hmm.
So I'm like, I think that's what's gonna happen. There's a lot of rumors about that, and it kind of sounds believable as hell because of like AI is being used for everything now. I'm like, it would make sense.
Yeah. It would make sense. I'm not even gonna lie. When I sent out those Halloween decorations, I went on Chat GBT and I was like, "How do I write an invitation for November 1st?"
Oh yeah, yeah, you were talking. Oh yeah, you sent me that you sent me that on through Facebook. I'm like, what the hell is this? And you also texted it to me. I'm like, what the hell is this? Yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh crap, that sounds cool. It's like you told me it's a party. I was like, oh okay, cool. And it's like, yeah, it's just one of them things. I mean, I don't know. How?
Yeah,
Yeah, because Halloween's a Friday this year, and November 1st is yeah. Yeah, Halloween being a Friday this year makes me happy because I didn't have to take off 2 days of work this year. I only take out the one day.
there you go.
Yeah, I don't work on Halloween. I don't care. There was one year I had to work on Halloween. I was working at the bowling alley, and I had to only go in for like an hour to help vacuum the floor. That's fine. I'll do that. I'm not working the entire day.
Yeah.
Yeah. What has been like what are some horror films you've seen that you thought were going to be great, but you ended up not liking?
Hmm. I don't know. I feel really conflicted. You know that Until Dawn maybe that came out?
Yeah, but I haven't watched it, and nor have I played the game.
So if you ever watch the gameplay, you're in for a treat, but
See, I've seen
it
the
has,
game. I've never played it, but I've watched the game. But I hate the fact that every choice that I want to make, no one else does. So I'm like, I'll have to play the game myself. Then when I looked it up, I'm like, it's almost 12 hours. I'm like, I ain't playing no damn 12-hour game.
I'm telling you, it's worth it if you break it up and you play it. And it's a really good game. It's probably one of my favorite PS4 games or PlayStation games, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I bought the
That's
remake
cool.
when it was coming out on PS5. I bought it because it was on sale, and I was like, I'll buy it if it's on sale. And I just downloaded it digitally, but I haven't yet to play it. But I know the
Yeah, no,
director.
it's really good.
I like the director that made it because he made Lights Out and stuff. So I thought he would be. So is it not good or is it just underwhelming?
Hmm. Well, I mean, to be honest, I mean, it has elements from the game, but it does not follow the game story at all. So you're not going to expect the same characters as you do in the game. So it's definitely different. But I kind of did like the Until Dawn movie. I thought it was kind of neat because like in the movie, I'm not going to spoil it too much for you, but they kind of like repeat their deaths until
Okay,
they have
so
to like figure something out. It's kind of like Happy
oh,
Death to them.
okay, Happy Death Day. Yeah, I know the guy that's in the game. He played in the movie.
Yeah,
The
can't remember that guy's name.
I remember when it was coming out, and I said I'm interested in seeing, but I knew they were gonna probably have to do so. I figured they would have to do something different because that's a choice based game, and you know how them people are. They'll be pissed off if you do the wrong decisions in the movie. So they probably had to make a whole new story for it and stuff.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I liked it. But I wish it would have played. I don't know. It would have been cool if they got the characters back from the game and somehow threw them in there. But I won't spoil it for you. But there is like a little Easter egg that's at the end of the film.
Mm.
So it's cool. I mean, it was a cool movie. I mean, but I was definitely expecting a little bit more, especially if it was from Until Dawn. But I mean, hey, I mean, you can't really control what these movie makers now any days. So,
Yeah. What has been your what has been so Until Dawn was probably that one. For me it was the Long Legs.
oh yeah, Long Legs. Yeah, I was expecting more. There's just a lot of these horror movies where I was just expecting more from, for
Like
sure.
well, I won't say I hated it. I just was I was not exactly the happiest when it came to Long Legs. I enjoyed it, but I mean, I was expecting more from Nicolas Cage than I got, but I thought he did really, really good.
Oh yeah.
And I will say I like that production company Neon. I love them. I think they're really good. They have a lot of good films under their belt. My favorite film of 2024 last year was actually Anora, which won every Oscar it was nominated for except for one. So I thought
Oh
that was,
wow.
yeah, they won. It won everything except for one that it was a not that. Yeah, I really love that film. The Monkey I thought was okay. Um,
Yes, I thought that was okay.
I do like that director. Same guy made Long Legs. Um, right now, right now, I am really looking very, very forward to. I want to say, even though I think it's gonna be either really, really crappy or it's gonna end up being really, really good, and that's Shelby Oaks.
Shelby Oaks.
Yeah. If you watch do you watch a lot of YouTubers and stuff?
Time to time I do. Not so
So
much.
there was a guy on YouTube. His name's Chris Stuckman. He is a hard. He used to be a movie reviewer. He still does review movies, but not as much. He wrote, directed the film. He wrote and directed the movie, and it was something that he's been wanting to. It was like something that he wanted to make for a really long time, and he finally made it. It's out. Well, it's not out yet, but it will be sometime. I think next month. And I think the movie only costs like $3 million to get made, so I mean it's cheap, so it'll make back probably gonna make back its money anyway, even if it's bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I also think I'm really what are, I guess what are some horror films you're looking forward to?
What am I looking forward to? What am I looking forward to? Well, is the new Scream, is that coming out next year? Like early next year?
Yeah, February 27th, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for that, but I'm also like, I'm really hope that it's good. But some of the famous titles, like we were just talking about The Strangers Chapter 2. I've heard mixed reviews and things on it, and I've been a fan of the Stranger series since it came out. Like the first one's my ultimate, my favorite. It'll
Yeah,
always be my favorite.
yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I haven't seen Chapter 2 yet. I'm gonna probably plan on it at some point, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. I will go see it, and then I will tell you whether I like it or not.
Yeah, definitely let me know if it's any good. I've heard mixed thing, a lot of mixed things. But what else has been let's see. Trying to think what was a big movie this year? Not a big movie, but I really also looking very forward to I can't wait for They Follow. It's the sequel to It Follows.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that comes. I think they're shooting it next year, so hopefully it'll come out next year as well. But I highly doubt it. Um, yeah, I'm really looking very forward to that. I think it's called They Follow. I don't know if they've changed the title yet, but They Follow is what they originally called it, and I'm really looking very forward to that. It's one of my favorite films was It Follows, and really, really loved it. I'm also looking forward to. Well, it's not a horror. It's coming to Amazon. I think either hopefully sometime next year, but they're making finally the Life is Strange series.
Oh my gosh, I heard about that. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah,
I loved it.
everybody's excited for except the original creators of Life is Strange because they are not getting any they're not getting any like credit for it. And I'm like, no, they'll probably get credit for it, kinda. Who knows? But I think it would be really interesting. I don't know who's gonna play the roles of Max and Chloe, but I'm hoping they pick people that they're probably gonna pick somebody at least known for the cast. That way people watch it. But I think if you're a fan of Life is Strange, that show will just sell itself.
Right.
But I'm also excited because they're doing a Tomb Raider series, which they picked Sophie Turner from. She was in Game of Thrones. I've never watched that. I've never watched Game of Thrones, but she was in it.
Yeah,
So I mean, she's playing. I don't know if she's playing Laura Croft herself, but I know she's in it because they've
that's gonna
announced
be
that.
cool.
I'm actually excited for that one. Um, I think I know. I don't know what other um like movies that I'm personally looking forward to that's gonna come out. I think there's always new stuff coming out. Like it's insane how much stuff is coming out. Like
Yeah,
they
Black Phone 2. I want to see Black Phone 2 because I liked the first one. I thought the first one was cool.
it does look pretty good actually. Black Phone 2. I think it'll probably be good. Um, probably. Um, it'll probably be good for sure because Black Phone 2 is definitely gonna be interesting. I'm also looking forward to Good Boy and Bone Lake. I hope Bone Lake is really good. It looks good. It's got good reviews. It looks creepy, but here they've been advertising it though. Apparently, because the title, it's about people on a romantic getaway who end up booking an Airbnb at the same time as another couple, and they're all forced to be in this house together for the weekend. All four of them, and it's been advertised a lot with a lot of sex and violence, and I'm like, oh god. And
There we go.
I will say they've already put out it. They've already kind of showed it in many previews that there is a guy that gets an arrow through his junk, and I'm like, oh god, that, like okay, that's different. And I'm like, okay, that's different. It looks like an interesting film. I'm very excited to see it. It's got people in it that I only know one actor from it, and that is her name is Maddie Hessen. She was in what Impulse from YouTube Premium. That was a show on there. That's the only person I know in that. But yeah, it's been very heavily announced to be very very violent. Now I don't know how it will be completely violent because here's the thing. It is still rated R, but Terrifier is unrated, and that has a lot of violence in it. So that one I can see. I don't think it'll be as violent as that, but it does sound like an interesting film to me. I still want to see it because I think it'll probably be good.
Yeah,
Uh, Let me
for
think.
sure.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a lot of different things. I guess we could talk about whatever. What's your next? What's your next question? I guess your turn.
My turn. Hmm. What was the movie that you watched that you did not expect the ending to be like that at all, or expect anything crazy to happen?
Smile.
Smile. Oh, I like that one.
I actually for the spoilers for those who haven't seen Smile. I thought for sure she actually got away, and then no, Dream. I actually was like hoping that it would have worked, but then they wouldn't have had Price Smile too, which I thought was gonna suck, and I actually really loved it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Remember that one scene where it looks like somebody was breaking in her house and all you do is hear these heavy footsteps that like rushes after and there's like nobody in her house? My
Yeah,
God, that's terrifying. I would shit my pants.
yeah. I see. I really, really. I think here's the crazy thing about Smile 2. I actually thought it was better than Smile 1. I was really shocked that I loved it more.
Yeah, it had a lot of they added a lot of newer elements to it and like that monster at the very end was creepy.
Yeah, I liked the fur. I really liked both of them. Both of those are like some of my favorites. Some of my favorite films that have come out because they're very original. But it also
Yeah.
reminds me of It Follows when it comes down to the hallucinations of a monster. So, kind of reminds me of that in a way as well.
Yeah.
But
I could totally see it.
I very much enjoyed it for the most part. I don't think I've ever thought. Apparently, the Smile 3 is apparently it's coming out next year. Okay,
So we got a lot to look forward to next year.
2026 is looking like it's gonna have a lot of good films. There's a Halloween video game coming out next year.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for that. Oh my God, I'm going to pre-order it. I'm definitely. And Frank Castle, the original dude, is going to be doing the movements and everything for the game.
Yeah, it looked really cool. I'm actually, even though I didn't like the second one of the Megan universe, but I'm kind of excited to see their spin-off film that comes out next year. It's called Soulmate.
Ooh, that
It's
sounds.
it's about a guy. It's about a guy who gets a sex robot, but she probably goes all evil. So that's gonna be funny. I didn't like 28 Years Later. I don't like those movies, so I wasn't excited. I'm not excited for the next one at all. So not excited for that. There's a lot. Silent Hill's getting a new movie next year.
I know. I'm excited for that too as well. I hope it's good. I mean, like I really enjoyed the first one that came out. Even though it had like, maybe a few characters or whatever from the game or whatever, but then the second one came out and Silent Hill 3 is like one of my favorite Silent Hills that I've played. I just love the character in that and I just love Silent Hill in general. And when they came out, I felt like that movie was too short. It didn't explain a lot of things, especially to people who haven't played the game that are like, what the hell is going on here? So I was disappointed in Revelations or, whatever it was called, Silent Hill Revelations or something like that. So I'm hoping it's good. I mean, I'm all for these new horror movies coming out. I just hope one or two of them catches my eye that I really enjoy.
Yeah, I'm even though I'm excited for a new Halloween game, I want a new horror. I want a new Halloween movie.
Yes, yes, because I did not care for how Halloween ends. Did not care.
You didn't like Halloween Ends?
I mean, like it. I don't know. It reminded me of like Season of the Witch, how the spirit moves, or like how the spirit goes into another body or whatever. I felt like there was going to be and I love action and violence. I thought there was going to be more of that, but then when I seen the take they were trying to do, I was like, okay, but I wasn't like too impressed or happy with it because we always want Michael Myers to live on so we can have 50 bajillion movies of Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like it when it first came out, but I've grown to like accept it more.
Yeah.
I've grown to accept it. It's not a terrible film. Is it something
No.
that is it something that I wanted for Halloween? No, but it was different, and I appreciate it being different.
That's true. Yeah, it was different. It was very different. I mean, hey, it wasn't as bad as Season of the Witch though.
It wasn't as bad as Halloween. I do not like Rob Zombie's Halloweens anymore. I do not like them at all.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
won't rewatch them at all. Will not do it. I can't. Like I can't even bring my like I'm reviewing them this month on YouTube for Halloween, but I won't rewatch them. I'll just be like, here's what I remember. That's it. I ain't rewatching them. Every year I skip over them. It's like I did a live stream the other night on Twitch. we were talking about horror films that I haven't seen ever. Jeepers Creepers. I haven't seen them. I won't watch them.
Really, I actually enjoyed the first two.
Yeah, I won't watch them. There will be a day where I watch them. There will be a day where I decide to watch them, and it ain't gonna sound pretty when I say this, but I'm me personally. I am waiting until Victor Salva kindly passes away,
Yeah.
the director of those movies, because I found out very young about, like, I think I was in middle school when I found out that he was a convicted child molester.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like, well, this, and of course everyone keeps telling me, well, separate the art from the artist. It's kind of hard because, you know, and now it's hard for me to it's hard for me to like any of Francis Ford Coppola's projects because he then told him that his experience in prison would have value and make him a better artist, which I think is just a shitty thing to say.
Oh yeah.
So now I can't stand him as a person either. So like that's kind of messed up. And then I mean, I get it. People do have like people can separate the art from the artist, and like I will admit I still do like Kevin Spacey in Seven and stuff like that, and he's not exactly good either. But it's just I think what really upsets me the most is that he only served like barely any time for it. Is what got me with Victor Salva.
Oh my
So
God. Don't even get me started with child molesters. In general, they don't get a whole lot of time.
no, they don't.
And then especially like if you got a good lawyer or if you got money or something, you're most likely able to walk
Yeah.
with
And
little notice.
this year I was gonna go to Monster Mania Con at Baltimore, but they announced that the guy who played the Creeper in the first three films was gonna be there, and I'm like, fuck that! I ain't going now. You want to talk about? And then of course, then people are gonna be like, well, if Justin Long was there, you would have gone. I'm like, yeah, but that's because he's in Tusk, and I love Tusk. Because apparently he's in the first film of Jeepers Creepers. I guess he was the main character in that.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I didn't watch that. But again, uh, I won't watch it until after the fact. But now there is a film that is there was another film of Jeepers Creepers that did come out. The most recent one apparently has no involvement by by Victor Salva in any way. But I don't believe. But here's how that doesn't work. You still bought the film You still bought the movie from some
Right.
studio, which they probably gave him a cut of that purchase. So again, you know, he still made something off of it.
But he's
So
still a Tomo.
yeah, yeah, crazy. What has been Oh, I don't know. What has been one film that you have just never broke down to watch yet?
One film that I never broke down to watch yet. I can give you a funny answer, and the Notebook is one of them.
Oh, I love The Notebook.
Yeah, I think the Notebook, like I need to sit down and watch that. I need to sit down and watch the Notebook because I cannot believe I haven't seen it. I can't remember if I've seen it or not, but like I don't even think I've seen the Notebook, to be quite honest.
It's a good
Yeah.
one. It's a good one. It's a good movie. It's definitely
Yeah.
a good romance movie if you like romantic movies. It's got a good cast. It's got Ryan Gosling in it. It's got Rachel McAdams. It's got a good cast.
Yeah.
Definitely a movie that a lot of people I love anyway. I do love it. I think people think of me as like this guy who likes a lot of horror movies. No, I love horror, but I love every genre except for maybe western. I've never really gotten into westerns. I think they're kind of bleh.
Yeah.
Although I do love Quentin Tarantino with Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That guy, man, he can make westerns look cool because you got Django Unchained, which is a western-ish type movie. Then you got The Hateful Eight, which is another western type movie. Then you got Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is about a guy who used to star in western movies. So I think he likes westerns a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What is Let me see. I'm trying to think of another film. I'm trying to think of another question. Let's see. Trying to think. What would be another question? I am debating on what the next question is. Do you have another question?
Do I have another question? I think we covered a lot of bases.
No. It's crazy how it's crazy all this it's pretty crazy to think about. I'm trying to think of another um trying to think of another question real quick before we wrap this up. I guess oh, what would if you had if a movie studio came to you for if a movie if a movie studio came to you and said, "Hey, we'll give you X amount of dollars. But you have to revive a franchise that hasn't been revived yet, or not really revived yet, but like, well, what would be a movie like if they came to you and said, "Hey, here's $500 billion or whatever the hell to make a new horror film, like and a new entry into a series." What horror franchise are you jumping into to make a new installment for?
To make a new installment for. I can give you a random one that I thought was goofy and cool was Cabin Fever.
That'd be kind of cool to see a new one of them. I haven't seen that. I haven't watched that in a few years. I might have to rewatch that soon.
Yeah, no, it's good. It has like my husband always makes fun of the one guy that's like, God, he's like, oh man, shit, what we gonna do? And he just makes fun of those early 2000s lingo that people used to say, or like it's pretty cool. But yeah, you know what? They haven't had a new one of those in a really long time.
Yeah, I would like to. I would love to do a new Wrong Turn.
Oh my God, yes.
I would love to do a new Wrong Turn. We got one a few years ago. Me personally, I didn't care for it. I thought it was stupid. Um, I like the fact they brought back the original writer for it, but the movie was terrible, in my opinion. Um, yeah, unfortunately, it just meh. And a lot of people loved it. That was what really pissed me off was that it got the most like great reviews for it. Um, but but it wasn't that good in my opinion. I didn't think it was all that good. I did
Yeah.
enjoy I did enjoy the first one a lot. And then I loved Wrong Turn too. And then after that, I stopped watching them after a little while. But I would love to do a new Wrong Turn movie. I think that would be a cool franchise to revisit. Uh, I would also like to do. I would love to do a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm very excited that A24 is getting the damn rights because a lot of people may not like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Not that they might not like A24, but like it or not, A24 is they can make movies like really quick and make a good buck on them. And even though a lot of people don't like the fact that it's gonna be what's his face from those I think he's in one of the I think he was in the sequel of Twisters, but that guy I think his name's Gwen Powell. He's apparently gonna be attached
Hmm.
in some way. I would love to go back and do a. I wouldn't mind doing a Halloween movie, even though we've already had Halloween so many times.
Well, that's your all-time favorite, so I think you're always going to say Halloween.
Yeah, but I think I'd fuck it up in some way. But I would like to go back. If I could make anything in the Halloween universe, I would go and do a. I would go back to the Halloween 6 film, The Curse of Michael Myers, and actually expand more on the Cult of Thorn. I know a lot of people didn't like that, and that's why we didn't get an actual movie with it since then. But I think I would do that. I think I would love to do. Honestly, if any movie studio came up to me and said, "What do you? If we give you this much money, what are you gonna do?" I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like, "I'll make a. I want to make a new series of Degrassi. That's what I want. That's what I really like." Because I've been so obsessed. I don't know if you watched it, but some of the writers from Degrassi and the Next Generation went to work on Ginny and Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
It's a series on Netflix, and it's really good. And I'm like, yeah, this is what and I got a lot of people from Degrassi in it too. It's really funny. So I'm like, yep, this would be really cool to revisit, but unfortunately, that's not ever gonna happen.
I would put a lot of money into the DID if I could
Oh,
like afford. I would put into our own films, man. Fuck reviving that. Let's make our own shit.
let's make our own. Yeah, but they won't want that. At that point, we'd be like, okay, at that point, let's go get. We'll get Dallas on board, and we'll go. We'll wait. We'll get Fleshface going again. Actually, you know that
Yeah,
I would do that. That actually would be kind of cool. Me and him talked about
yeah, it'd be
recently
different.
reviving that again, but we haven't really. Again, it's just like one of them things where it's like, crap, we don't really have a lot of that time. time
That's true.
time sucks now. It's like you when you go away from doing you leave the you leave and then that's it, and now it's yeah, it's like you do a lot of different things, life happens, and now it's like crap. Where did all the time go?
Yeah,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
we could do a. I guess we could talk a little bit about that sequel now. I mean, we've talked a little bit before about it, but why not? If anyone's still listening, you guys will get a
A sneak peek.
some sneak peek and insider on it.
Yeah, I think starting out with a monologue would be good to kind of like catch everybody up to speed from like 10 years ago when we filmed it.
Oh my god, has it
Um,
been that long?
has it been that long? I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it
it's
was.
been 10 years. We shot actually, if you want to look at it, technically the opening sequence of you running, we did that in 2014 for just a random project. We and I was like,
Yeah.
hey, let's just include that. And I remember you fell, and next thing you know, you had like your arm was like in a small cast after that because you.
Oh my God. Yeah, my ankle. I think I
Oh,
sprained
was it
my
your
ankle.
ankle? I don't remember,
Yeah,
but
it's
you were
my
like,
ankle. Yeah, because I slipped, I think, in a pile of leaves, or I
oh
don't know.
yeah, yeah.
I slipped in a pile of fucking leaves. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Hey, it was worth a shot and it was made believable, so that's all
Yeah,
that
but
matters.
you were like fine anyway. You're like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, I was like, I'll just walk it off. It's no big deal. But yeah, I think having the audience with a new villain or somebody that's trying to get to her, I think maybe making the audience think or feel or making him a supernatural force.
Yeah, I think it'd be really kind of cool.
I think it'd be cool too I want people to feel when they're watching the film, like, is it really her that's going nuts, or is it some kind of supernatural force, or is she ridden by guilt that she created this supernatural force that's trying to get her, you know?
Yeah, it'd be interesting because, like, I remember this is gonna be this is actually the first thing we worked on together since I think that. So it's been
Yeah,
about ten
yeah.
years. Oh my god.
I know we need to come out with a shebang.
Yeah, it's been about 10 years now, so I don't know. It's been a while since we've done it, and I know we were. There have been so many different projects we wanted to do. We wanted. I remember your final for. I remember your final that you wanted to do. It was like it was kind of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre in a way.
Yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I wanted to film something out in the middle of the woods and have the car stalls or some kind of classic horror movie thingy that happens that's wrong with their car. Or yeah, that was right. I was about to run over somebody in that movie. Like, but I wanted to play the dead girl is what I wanted to do. I wanted to play the dead girl that they see that they almost crash into, and I wanted it to be called like something like the doll maker because I wanted him to have like a doll mask on and maybe have a shack with a bunch of glass dolls, like porcelain, old fashioned, creepy dolls. And the whole retire thing is, maybe the ghost is trying to warn them to get away, or, we just see who survives.
Yeah, I remember when that was, we were right. You were writing that. I remember. I remember there was a lot. And we had like a lot of ideas, and then it was like, oh, never mind. We don't have time. It's just really crazy, and then like, it was just insane. Like there was a lot. I think this sequel to DID will be fun though.
Oh, I think it'll be a lot of fun. I mean, for the viewers, we're going to be going to a lot of really cool Cleveland Metro parks. Where the Melon Heads from Kirtland is based off of. We're actually going to go to that road where you supposedly hear children or you supposedly hear the Melon Heads. We're going to be going to some really cool, creepy parts of Ohio to film.
What is the melon? What is that? What is that? Like? What do you mean like creepy? Like what is it like? What do you mean it was like there's like a urban legend about that? I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, so if you go on YouTube, it's called Melon Heads, and it originally originated in Kirtland, Ohio, which I'm only like 15, 20 minutes or something away from Kirtland, Ohio. And basically, there's a lot of theories, but one of the theory was that there was like this scientist that would inject water or something into their brains where it looked like it was like melons. It would swell it up, and there's like this condition, I'm going to butcher the name, but it's called like hydrocephalus or something, where like there's water that gets into the brain that causes swelling. And one day they either kill somebody that's in the institution that they're in, or they get abandoned in one of the theories, and they start roaming. They start roaming the woods and becoming feral and cannibalistic and all this crazy shit. And then you hear that it migrates all the way to like, I don't know, like Connecticut or somewhere up north. But it originated in Ohio. And this urban legend is where you could see like glowing eyes in the forest, or you can hear children laughing, or you can hear them in the woods. That's the urban legend.
Mm.
But it's pretty much something like that. But if you go on YouTube Melonheads, it's really interesting. It's pretty cool.
And we're going to go there. So we're just going to all over the place.
Yeah, and I was thinking we could go to downtown Cleveland and shoot some B-roll.
Oh, okay, that'd be kind of fun. Yeah, everyone, this is gonna be my first. This is gonna be my first out of state short film at this moment, anyway.
Yeah, at this moment, but there's going to be some cool shit that we're going to be planning for the film. We just really need to get down and sit together and discuss a script because I already wrote out the story. I storyboarded the whole thing.
Oh, really?
And it's yeah, I see. You remember when we used to do that in film class where I would draw the little stick figures and I have to draw all these boxes because I had
Yeah.
the storyboard, the whole retired thing. So I did that with a piece of pen and some notebook paper at work one day. I had all these ideas and I'm like, I gotta put it down on paper. So I have a paper that's on my vanity that I drew out and I storyboarded a lot of scenes. And then like, I'll just need your input on where we need to put it in sequence, in the right sequence.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure, but that does sound like a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're
I
just gonna have to talk about a script. I mean, I'm not much of a script writer, but I could probably put some input into it.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, I hated storyboarding. I hated that. It was the only part about film class I hated was storyboarding. I always remember like,
Yeah, and I was like, I'll do it. Remember, I used to get so frustrated with the computer that Miss Calkins would be like, "You can work with Jeremy Chelsea."
yeah, oh yeah, because it was like, yeah, because it was like, oh yeah, I was like, because you were having difficulty with the editing and like and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, good old times.
A long time ago. Not really, like 11, 12 years ago at this point. But yeah, a long time, a long time. It's been a long. That's a long time ago in the grand scheme of things. That is a. It doesn't sound like a long time ago, but it is.
Yeah.
What is yeah, doing a sequel would be kind of cool because well, I think doing a sequel is just like I think it's what yeah, doing a sequel would be really really good to do because I mean, well, one, I don't know, it just feels like I don't know, it just feels a little bit better um to do. I think the idea of doing a sequel has always made it like it's crazy because I remember I was telling people that I was gonna do a sequel and they were like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Well, why not?" They're like, "Well, one, you it's over this long ago." I'm like, "Yeah, that's why. I got to do something to, you know." And I'm like, I mean, creating new things sometimes it's not always the easiest thing to do, and you just got to revisit everything.
Yeah.
But I do think it'll be a lot of fun. We have a good bit of ideas. There's probably more characters this time. I think this is actually um isn't it more? We have more. There's more people this time too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
We.
there's gonna be like a not a whole lot of people, but I have some people in mind that I want to play a certain role, and then I'll have my husband play the killer.
Yeah. Oh,
It'll be
that's
fun.
another thing, guys. James will not be returning to play the killer. I haven't talked to the dude in like, oh my god, at least ten, not 10 years, because it's been 10 years since we shot the movie. Um, it's been. I haven't probably talked to him. Oh my god, I don't remember. It's been a while. So, just so you all know, James will not be appearing in the movie, except for maybe like some flashbacks, because I think we'll probably have flashbacks.
Yeah, definitely probably gonna need some since it's been so long. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think it'll be a good project for us to
But yeah,
do.
since this is not the one we're gonna film, I don't know if it's a. I want to talk about the original sequel plans, if that's okay with you that I had. I don't know if you've actually. I actually did I ever tell you about those?
I think you might have.
So
You may.
yeah, so the very first sequel that I was planning to do was kind of like a new nightmare in a way, where it was everyone from the first film. So it would have been we would have had Rose, my brother, James, and you in the main roles, and then of course me, all playing fictionalized versions of ourselves, and about how you and Rose wrote the sequel to DID, and about how I'm not wanting to film it, and then we eventually decide to film it. Although when James goes missing, he goes missing off set. He walks off, and then he comes back. But he keeps thinking that he's the killer, like in real life, and he actually does, and it's really funny because it's not really funny, but he ends up like legit like killing, not really kill, obviously people, not really for real, but kills starts killing the actual crew and cast, and he gets away with it, and I'm like, yeah, this is a little bit funny because it's everybody's playing fictionalized versions. And then I was gonna shoot it in 20. I planned to release a year after the first one, but we ended up just not doing it. I ended up not wanting to do it after a while. I'm like, yeah, this isn't exactly what I want to do. And then I don't know. I think it would have been funny. What do you think?
Yeah, that would have been interesting
Yeah, it's a
for
little
sure.
different.
That would have been interesting.
But this new one, I think we're gonna have a lot more fun with. It's a lot different, so kinda. I mean, it's probably not
Yeah.
as I mean, it's more psychological probably this time around than the actual like what the first one turned out to be.
Yeah. I
but
kind of want to dive more into what she's like diagnosed with. You know what I mean? Like DID.
yeah,
I kind of want her have these traits or make her have these same struggles with people that do suffer from it. So it kind of ties into the film a little bit, and people are just questioning, um, what's trying to get her, what's trying to kill her, what's trying to do all these things, and why are they doing it. And I think it'd be cool to dab into that, definitely.
yeah, for sure. I'm excited to do the sequel for sure. It's been a long time since we've done anything. That's probably what really excited me to do this as well. Like, oh, we'll finally get to do something more creative again. Like, you know, stuff like that. Like we haven't I mean, obviously doing these podcasts, we've talked about create. Obviously, this is kind of like a creation. Probably this is the closest we've done creativity wise. Like that's since then.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If there's anything else you want to add before I wrap this up, obviously do not go anywhere because I want to make sure I get make sure the audio sounds good on this end. So, but anything else you want to add or?
I think we covered a lot of topics today.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.